Hey guys, what's up? I'm Ashley. Thank you for watching this video. Pose is finally back with season 3, but sadly it is the last season. Today we're going to be recapping episode 1. Tomorrow's recap for episode 2 will be out, so if you want to see that and more videos like this, make sure you subscribe. And with that being said, let's get right into it. We started episode 1 out in the year 1994, and it showed us a club being raided. The name of the club is Hellfire Club, and that's the club that Elektra works at. And while the police was in there, they was like, we're shutting this down because y'all are spreading this disease. So while the club is now closed, Elektra is now out of a job. And then right after that, that's when we see her telling Blanca, she's like, how am I going to keep up my luxurious lifestyle? Like, what am I going to do now? And you know, that whole scene made me mad. We opened up making me mad. And I don't know if y'all remember Lamar or not. Do y'all remember Lamar? He used to be one of Elektra's kids, but now he has his own house, the House of Khan, and he's getting on my last nerve. Like, I can't stand him. I mean, I like his style and everything, but I can't stand him. He needs to shut up. We see him getting an attitude with Blanca, talking about my house is about money. We want money over here. And then starts talking about Damon, talking about your son is out there giving hand jobs. And then Blanca's like, don't be talking about my son like that. And Lamar's like, what you gonna do then? He's like, let's handle this out on the ballroom floor. And then Blanca's like, I wouldn't even give you the pleasure. And then we see House of Khan killing it on the ballroom floor. But at the same time, we see Blanca in her house and everybody just looking mad, like mad dogging him. Which, I mean, yeah. They got the audacity to talk to Blanca like that. Talk about her kids. But after all of that, House of Khan did end up winning the whole thing. We see Pray Tell and the rest of the council up in the diner talking about they don't have enough money to give House of Khan. They're $576 short. That's when we see the House of Khan rolled up in that diner and they're like, where our money at? We want it right now. Pray Tell was like, go play in traffic. And then they were like, we'll show you play in traffic. And that's when they started to be all kinds of disrespectful to the food. I was like, hold up now, wait a minute. They started having a whole food fight. And I'm like, y'all can eat that. Hold up. They started throwing all the food. They started throwing like silverware and whatever they can throw at each other over some money, making a whole mess up in the diner. Straight childish. Then, hold up. Blanca got a man, y'all. She got a man. We see them waking up in the bed together and he's like, hold up, where you going? I want to make you pancakes. And she's like, I'm sorry, babe, but I gotta go. She gotta get to the hospital because, you know, she got a job at the hospital now. But as she's getting ready, they see the O.J. Simpson pursuit on the TV. Because, you know, back then in 1994, that's when that whole O.J. Simpson trial and everything like that happened. I like how they put that in the show. Then we see Blanca at the hospital. We see her in the room with Cubby. He used to be a part of one of the houses. Unfortunately, he's dying from AIDS. Blanca's taking care of him though. And the whole time he's like, do I still look beautiful? And Blanca's like, yeah, like always. And she tells him that his mom is outside. But Cubby's like, I don't want to see her because when I first came out to her, she told me that I would die from this and I don't want to prove her right, you know? And Blanca's like, no, don't even think of it like that. She loves you, she misses you, and she wants to see you. And then he's like, okay, well, give me some chapstick first. And then Cubby's mom does come in to visit him and she's not mentioning none of that, you know? She just loves her kid and wants to be there for him. So Pray Tell is now working inside of a mall at a Chanel counter selling perfume. That's when we kind of get the first look of him being an alcoholic. He's drinking on the job, y'all. After his shift, he heads to the church for a funeral, and that's when he sees his friends, the same friends that's on the council with him. They're like, ooh, child, you stink. Then Pray Tell takes out his same alcohol bottle that he was drinking at work. He's even drinking up in the funeral, y'all. He walks up closer to the casket, and that's when he realizes that he knows this person and that he just walked in a contest called Miss Butch Queen Body. And he was only like 25 years old. So that triggered him in a way. And then that's when he started talking about how the contests and the ballrooms aren't the same anymore. He said that he doesn't like the cash prizes, the lip syncs are tacky, and there's nothing left for him to give. And he walks away and his friends are like, ooh, he's going through it. He goes home after that, and that's when we see that Ricky's making dinner for him, and Ricky asked him, how was your day? Did you have a good day? And Pray Tell was like, no, like with an attitude. Ricky's like, I'm over here slaving over a hot stove so you can have something in your stomach other than alcohol. And you never asked me how my day is. Pray Tell's like, your generation is so dramatic. After that, Blanca calls him up on the phone and she's like, you gotta get over here right now. O.J. Simpson is running from the police. Everyone eventually ends up at Blanca's house. And Lulu are like the last ones because they was over there getting high. They on that crack now. And they are looking rough, okay? They looking rough. We also find out that Angel hasn't booked any gigs, any modeling gigs in over a year. And she shows up at Poppy's job and she's getting a little snippy with him. She's like, is it something I'm doing wrong? And he's like, don't worry about it. And she's like, you're not listening, you know, with an attitude. So meanwhile, back at the house, Pray Tell and Electra doesn't think that OJ killed his wife. Everyone else pretty much does. And we also get to see Pray Tell giving everybody attitude. He was hella drunk. And that's when we see Damon take him aside in his room and try to talk to him, but it didn't work. I also forgot to mention when I was talking about Lulu and Angel that Lulu told Angel that she's back on the pole to try to make her feel better because Angel was wondering why she didn't book this magazine gig that she saw at Lulu's house. And then we see Lulu smoking, and then that's when Angel's like, what kind of weed is that? And she tells her basically that it's laced with crack, but not until after Angel took a puff of it. And she's like, why you didn't tell me this sooner? And she was like, girl, like that was gonna stop you. You already took a puff before I can tell you anything. She was like, you was quick to hit that. And then so when they first get to Blanca's house and when they first walk into the door, that's the first thing they went to go do. They walked into the door and they was like, okay, we about to go smoke. And then Pray Tell's like, well, I'm coming with you. And when they got in the room and he realized that it was cracking that, he was like, nah, never mind. So then Blanca turns off the TV and she's like, it's time to eat. And while they're all at the dinner table, she's like, I want to get the house back together. At first, everybody was like, nah, I want to do it. And then eventually, you know, they caved in. And then Electra was like, the first time we don't win a trophy, I'm out. And everybody's like, yeah, I agree. And then Blanca's like, okay, I can roll with that. So the House of Evangelista wins the ballroom and House of Khan is upset about that. Blanca gets up there and does a speech and says that they're going to donate the money in remembrance of Cubby because Cubby did pass away. Everyone came to visit him around the hospital bed before he passed away. His mom was there. Everybody was there. Everybody except Lamar. Lamar came up in there late and Blanca was like, you're late. He's gone. Like, or Electra, one of them. And he's like, he looks at Blanca and he's like, you never told me it was this bad. And Blanca's like, I told you so many times to come up here and see him. He was like, I'm late because I had a fitting. And then started talking real smart again. And then Pray Tell couldn't take it no more and hit him right across the face as he should have. Then they were basically like, let's handle this out on the ballroom floor. And then that's when, you know, House of Evangelista won and House of Khan was upset. And then that's when, you know, Blanca did her whole speech. I said this backwards, but, you know, you follow me. You get what I'm saying. I'm sorry, y'all. But we also got to see Blanca and her man again. And I love to see it. They were talking about how he was good in school and how she wasn't, and how she found out that she was dyslexic and how she wants to go back to school to be a nurse. And he's like, don't worry, I'll help you study. We find out that they've been dating for 6 months and he now wants her to meet his family. And she's worried that they'll judge her. And he's like, no, they won't judge you because they love me and they'll love you. He's like, let's take this next step. And then eventually Blanca's like, okay, I'll do it. They were about to head out and meet his parents, but then that's when she got the call about Cubby and she had to leave, so that was postponed. We also got to see Blanca introduce her man to everybody, and they were very welcoming. He showed up and was like, is there room for me? And she was like, always. And I was like, always. Also, Blanca is taking that next step. She went to this school to get an application to sign up so she can take classes to be a nurse. And I'm happy for her. I can't wait for all of us to be able to see her do the damn thing. And that's about it. If there's anything that I left out or anything you want to add, let me know down in the comments below. I will be back tomorrow for a recap on episode 2. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in my next one.